The hell is the absence of a sense of self. James Baldwin. You look in the mirror. Who do you truly see? Is it you, or is it the version the algorithm created? How much of you is genuinely yours, and how much was programmed by feeds and trends? Think about your opinions, your consumption choices, your lifestyle, your passions. It all seems so uniquely yours, so authentic. But what if it's just a reflection of what the system showed you, of what the tribe applauded? You were trained to perform, to fit in, to be a personality, an influencer of your own life. But what happens when the relentless pursuit of authenticity on social media creates a generation that performs algorithmic versions of itself? You become unable to distinguish between genuine and programmed identity. The shadow, as Carl Jung warned us, is everything you hide. And now, the shadow is also what the algorithm hides from you: your flaws, your imperfections, your uncurated truth. If this provocation hit you, if you feel the doubt of who you truly are, this video is a brutal mirror, ready to shatter the illusion, ready to unmask the facade of your own authenticity. You weren't born with a personality to be performed. You were born with an essence, unique, irreplaceable. But you were programmed for validation, for approval, for the relentless pursuit of likes and engagement. From an early age, they told you, you need to fit in, be popular, follow the trends. This is behavioral engineering in its most insidious form, a system that molds you to be a curated version of yourself, a digital persona, distant from your raw truth. You were conditioned to imitate, to replicate behaviors, opinions, lifestyles, because originality is risky and conformity rewarded. Consider social conformity bias, the tendency to adopt the beliefs and behaviors of the group. Even if they contradict your own intuition, this is amplified on social media, where the crowd dictates authenticity, and behavioral finance enters here aggressively. The influencer industry of platforms. It capitalizes on your quest for recognition. It transforms your personality into a product, your life into a business. You spend your time, your energy, even your money, on personal branding courses, on tools to grow your audience, on products that promise to make you authentic and viral. All of this monetized by platforms that profit from your performance. Robert Cialdini, in his Laws of Persuasion, shows how social proof, what's popular is authentic, and authority, influencers dictating trends, are used to manipulate your perception that your personality is just an algorithm to be optimized. You were indoctrinated to love the prison of engagement because it promises belonging, success, instead of the freedom to be whole, imperfect, humanly real. If this digital programming resonates with you, comment below. I question my programmed authenticity. You feel increasingly empty, lost in the digital crowd, with a silent guilt for not being authentic enough. This is your internal fragmentation, the price of your essence surrendered to the social media stage. The shadow, according to Carl Jung, is everything you deny within yourself, your raw vulnerability, your unfiltered imperfection, your genuine voice, the one that doesn't fit the trends. They were silenced, pushed into the unconscious dark in the name of engagement, of personal brand, of the perfect life in your feed. And what you repress controls you, sabotages you, hence the anxiety that comes from constant comparison, the fear of being canceled for being too much or too little, the feeling of never truly being seen. Gabor explains that the trauma of disconnection from the authentic self, the pursuit of external validation, creates a vicious cycle of self-deception, where your own ability to discern the truth about yourself atrophies. You project your shadow onto those who seem perfect, onto the influencers who display a flawless life. Because seeing the performance in them means facing your own facade, your own desperate search for approval. Your identity becomes an algorithm, an equation of likes and shares. You are not who you are. You are the persona the system suggests you be. To keep the data flowing, to keep you performing. How much of your life is spent maintaining this illusion of performative authenticity? In feeding the system that steals your soul? If this truth provoked you, comment below. I choose my essence, not performance. You seek freedom, but why do you feel so empty? Even with freedom of expression in your hands, so much influence, so much connection, because this is false freedom, a prison disguised as a stage, the freedom to have a voice, but not to be who you truly are, the freedom to follow trends, but not to create your own truth. The system sells you the illusion of viral authenticity, of a curated personality. It transforms your need for self-expression into a dopamine trap of likes, of followers, that never fulfill the yearning for real meaning. Think of the digital influence industry. It doesn't need to force you to be inauthentic. It just needs to reward performance. The replication of trends, predictable behavior, and profit flows. This is identity capitalism. It profits from your search for belonging, from your aversion to not being noticed, from your need for external validation, your uniqueness, your voice, all monetized by the engine of performance. Behavioral finance operates here brutally. How often have you invested time, money, energy in growth tools, in personal marketing courses, in clothes that made you look authentic, not out of a genuine search for self, but from fear of being left behind, from the illusion of being relevant, from the desire to avoid the hard work of truly knowing yourself? Daniel Kahneman taught us about framing bias. The way reality is presented shapes your decision. You are framed in the narrative that authenticity is a brand, not a state of being. You are not deciding, you are obeying the script of popularity. To maintain the order of engagement, the stability of profit, the manufactured peace of your online persona. But true freedom cannot be bought with followers. It is conquered in the silence of your self-reflection, in the courage to be who you are, even if it's not likable, even if it's not viral. If this part resonated with you, comment here. I don't want to trade freedom for performance anymore. Rupture isn't an unfollow. It's a follow for your true self. It's when you stop obeying the digital script and start writing your own story. Authentic reconstruction begins in the silence of your self-reflection, in the courage to allow yourself to be imperfect, vulnerable, real, without the need to curate or perform. Gabor Mate shows us the root of our pursuit for external validation is disconnection from the authentic self. It's the trauma of not being able to be who you are. The cure is reconnection with your integrity, with your ability to exist without applause. This is true disobedience. Disobeying the culture that wants you to be a character, the voices that tell you to perform, your own self-repression of truth. It's a radical choice. To abandon the false security of digital approval for the uncertainty of your own authenticity, an authenticity that is priceless because it cost your influencer identity. Jordan Peterson speaks about the responsibility of embracing your own truth, of facing the chaos of your imperfection, and bringing order with your own self-acceptance. Your personality isn't an algorithm, it's a universe. You'll lose the fear of not being likable. You'll stop sabotaging yourself by comparing with others' personas, because there will be no part of you hidden behind a filter. No vital energy wasted maintaining a facade. This is freedom. Not the freedom to perform, but the freedom to be, in your totality, with all your flaws, with your humanity, without the surveillance of engagement, without the shackles of performance. If you feel this is the moment to break through the walls of performative authenticity, type in the comments, "The authenticity programming ends with me," or send this video to someone living trapped in their own facade, the facade of authenticity. Your personality is just an algorithm. How much of you is genuinely yours, and how much was programmed by feeds and trends? The obsessive pursuit of authenticity on social media created a generation that performs algorithmic versions of itself, unable to distinguish between genuine and programmed identity. You are not a profile. You are not a filter. You are not an algorithm. You are a consciousness, capable of being, of feeling, of being real. Imperfectly real. The price of freedom isn't speech, but the courage to break the silence the system imposed on you. The courage to unplug, to reflect, to be who you are, without filters, without performances. Choose your essence, even if it's not viral, even if it doesn't generate engagement. This is your deepest freedom, to be who you truly are, beyond the facade, beyond the performance, beyond programmed authenticity. If something awakened in you in this video, comment, "I see beyond the veil of programmed authenticity." Share this content with anyone living trapped in the illusion of being someone for the screen. And if you want to keep breaking cycles with me, subscribe now. The shadow you avoid controls you. Freedom only frightens until you discover you were ready all along. Rupture is the beginning. Consciousness is the path to your essence.